This video is brought to you by Disc King. Check out disc-king.com for free shipping on Innova, Discraft, Dynamic Discs, MVP Axiom, and more. What's up, YouTube? Welcome to my review of the Discraft First Run Undertaker. This one's in Z plastic. It's a great disc. Newly released by Discraft. A lot of people are enjoying these, so I want to get the review out for you guys, let you know what I think of it. And our good friend the Disc King was kind enough to send me this disc to test and review and give away to you guys, so stay tuned to the end of the video if you want to enter the contest. It is, the First Run Z Undertaker, solid disc. I definitely enjoyed testing it. Let's take a look at it. I really like the circle stamps that Discraft does. I think it's always a clean look. It's just a nice design overall. Tells you everything you need to know about the disc and nothing that you don't. Cool Discraft logo there. I like the lettering on this particular disc quite a bit. There it says First Run, as you can see. Distance driver, PDJ approved, Z plastic, and 1.4 is the flight rating from Discraft. So relatively stable, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, on the Discraft flight rating. You can find, as you look at the weight there, 167 to 169, you can find all kinds of flight charts and stuff like that on Discraft's website if you're interested in that sort of thing. But yeah, there's a look at the rim profile there. Nothing terribly distinctive to the rim profile. It's a relatively flat top disc. There's not a lot of dome to it at all. Pretty flat for sure. But yeah, nothing terribly distinctive about the rim profile. Disc King told me that he thought it looked kind of like a stalker without the bead on it. So to that end, I was like, you know what, I got a stalker laying around. Let's throw it up next to it. Now the stalker is definitely larger diameter, so take that into account. But I figured that would be an interesting little quick comparison I could provide for you guys, just to give you an idea of what the differences in rim profiles look like. But yeah, definitely some differences there to my eye for sure, but relatively similar. I can see what he's saying there. Stalker's a great disc, by the way. I kind of I miss having this one in the bag. Maybe I'll take it out and throw it again. I haven't thrown that one in years. It's one of my old dogs. Alright, so this particular Z plastic has a phenomenal feel to it. I love how Discraft's like not just content with the already solid plastic that they had, and they kind of keep revamping the Z plastic. They've been putting out these really nice pearly runs lately, and this one has a really great feel straight off the shelf, good grip to it, and as we all know, Discraft Z plastic is super tough, very durable, maintain flight for an extremely long period of time, and take a lot of abuse before breaking in. So it's a great overall feel to the plastic. I like it quite a bit. Z plastic is solid. One of the best driver plastics on the market, or best overall premium plastics on the market for sure. Okay, so let's talk about the flight of this disc. I personally was slightly surprised by how stable this thing was. It's not really overstable, but it's not really so flippy as kind of what I expected. I didn't really have anything to base my expectations off of so much. It's just kind of what I was thinking going into the disc. Sometimes you have preconceived notions. I was expecting it to be a little bit straighter, a little bit flippier. It's actually relatively stable, which is nice. You can put a good pull on it without having to worry about it like flipping or veering off the line very much. It's a nice kind of Hyzer flip disc that you can crank on, and it'll still kind of come back and finish back and fade a little bit at the end of the flight, which I like. I threw it on some anhizers and allowed it to kind of like slowly pan out. It would like finish flat, or it was coming back as well at the end of the flight for me and my power, which, as you guys know, isn't a whole lot. But a couple of times I had it kind of like, I really cranked on it on a Hyzer, and it would stand up and it would start to kind of wobble into the wind because I was throwing into a slight headwind. But then it would like look like it's gonna flip over, but then it would like kind of flip back, settle into the line, and carry really straight, and still have that little bit of a fade. So it handles a slight headwind pretty good for me in my testing. Again, not a big headwind, of course, but just like a light breeze coming into your face, it handles that with no problems. Also totally fine with tailwind, because that's one of the two main conditions I was throwing it against back and forth in this field over here when I was doing some testing. But yeah, honestly, pretty surprised at how stable this thing is in terms of how hard I can throw it without having to worry about it veering off and flipping much at all, which is a nice attribute of a distance disc, something that you know you can put a strong pull on it without having to worry about it flipping over on you and turning into places you don't want. Even if I got this thing flipped over with a big rip, I'm sure it would start to fade back at the end, so that's nice. If you were a beginner, I would say this would probably be a relatively stable disc for you, something you could throw for Hyzers and you know, flat shots that'll have a pretty consistent fade to the left at the end of the flight. Big power arms, I think, could throw a lot of different lines with this thing. I'm sure somebody with good power could get it flipped over and get it to hold you know, long turnover lines, and a good Hyzer flip disc, and something that you could throw relatively flat to just get a very straight flight out of it without worrying about it flipping too much. At least that's what I found in my testing of this disc. Definitely had a good time out there throwing it, as I tend to do. If you guys want to enter to win this disc, just leave a comment down below. Make sure you're a subscriber. Make sure you like this video as well. Leave a comment down below, say enter me into the contest, and you will be entered. I'll pick a winner at random and let you guys know in about a week or so who won the contest. So stay tuned to this video. I'll just let you guys know who won in the comments, and I will talk to you guys later. Thanks again to the Disc King for all the support. Thanks to you guys for watching. Alright, cheers.